Hey everyone, welcome to the weekly, well it hasn't been weekly for a little while, but weekly Audeze stream. Today we have some cool stuff to talk about, actually. Came more prepared than usual. Yeah, as usual, feel free to ask any questions, Audeze related things. I'll chit chat about some things that have been on my mind. But yeah, please go for it. If you have questions and if you have suggestions or there's topics you want to discuss, hit us up. Let's talk. First, though, we need to figure out what game we're playing. I'm thinking I've been playing actually a lot of Total War, but I don't know if that's the most interesting game we can play. So maybe I don't know if I have all the Halo stuff downloaded. We could just do Overwatch or maybe some Hades or something like that. Let's start out with some Overwatch and we'll see how that goes. That's always a easy one to do. Easy, I say. I'm terrible at Overwatch now. Used to be good at it one time. Not anymore. As usual, I am wearing my Audeze LCD2 closebacks. I like them. I'm like a big champion of them. I think they're super cool headphones. Some of my favorites actually in our lineup. I actually have a pair of Audeze LCD4Zs here too, which we should talk about. I should probably use some time for a stream because those are cool. You just ordered the Penrose X. When can I expect it to ship? Send an email to whoever you ordered it from. If it was from us, support@audeze.com. I know that we have been waiting because we got sold out during the holidays on Penroses. So we've been waiting to get Penroses back in stock. I remember hearing something about it this morning, but I don't have firm dates. Unfortunately, I know that's like a horrible thing that, you're like, we want dates on shipping. I'm sorry, I don't have them. But send us an email and I think there should be some info on that soon. So keep your ear to the ground on that front. All right, let's see. Are there any fun arcade modes today? Kanesaka Deathmatch, No Limit, Simulation. Oh, CTF Blitz. That's kind of cool. Also, hello, Tyler Bryant and Leon. I don't know if we have met before, but I have no idea how to find out with these first time. It looks great paper. Have you used them? Yes, I have used them, actually. I have a pair of... Where are mine? Are these it? Yes. So I have a pair of Audeze Penrose right here. I should be using them. I'm a terrible employee, but I haven't plugged them in at the moment. But normally, yeah, I'll try and use them on next stream. I do really like them. They are... welcome then. Awesome. Welcome, both Tyler and Leon. I'm glad that you're new here. We really appreciate it. Small stream usually, but my name's Grover. I run the content creation over at Audeze. So I'm kind of responsible for all the video stuff, and I tend to do a lot of the social things like that. And, I'm also a little bit of a nerd and a tech head and things like that. I like games and all that kind of stuff. So I'm into all of that. And yeah, please feel free to ask me any questions. I'll do my best to answer them. If it's regarding like shipping times or like specific support things, I might know the answers, but with shipping times, usually it's best to send an email to support@audeze.com. Here, I'll drop it in the chat. Last time we actually had a really good talk about planar magnetic technology and some of the cool things and advantages that it brings. We talked about the EQ presets for Penrose, actually, which were kind of cool. Metal571, who's kind of popular around here, had a cool chat with him about those. And yes, I have used the Penrose. I've used the Penrose X. I don't have an Xbox myself. Oh, did the game freeze? What happened? Oh, it's just... There we go. So I have used the Penrose X, however. They sound great. They have a, on paper, it's a similar sound signature to Mobius. I find it a little this is just me. This is not anybody else. I find it, you know, a little bit more open sounding than Mobius. I'm not sure why. Again, just my opinion. That's not an official anything. They both sound great. They both sound very similar. They're very neutral sounding. Work great for games. Great sense of spatiality. Great sense of, you know, little high frequency cues that help you locate people. So yeah, I really enjoy them. The microphone sounds really good in wired mode. And we have implemented some things that help the sound in wireless mode. There's a limitation on the chipset where it doesn't go above 6.5 kilohertz, but that's something that we're looking at delving deeper into to tweak even further. It already, I think we have something that sounds decent. We've tweaked it a little bit more. Are we hiring? I don't know, but send me an email. Grover@audeze.com. I mean, I could certainly use help. I can't promise. I don't make hiring decisions, but shoot me an email. I mean, I'm always happy to chat. So I like working for Audeze. We're a small company. My coworkers are all cool people. They do like video game soundtracks on the side, and are, you know, fellow audiophiles and computer gamers and tech heads and just all around nice, awesome people. So it gets a thumbs up from me for company culture, certainly. And the people that I work with do care about, you know, the work that we do and are passionate about it. So like I said, I enjoy working here. And then, regarding Penrose X, actually, so this is kind of cool. I was testing this out recently, and we have a test Xbox at Audeze HQ, which sometimes I'll go and test things out with. We try to stay coronavirus safe there, so it's not frequent at the moment, unfortunately, but I do get to test it a little bit. And one thing that I thought was kind of cool is that you can connect multiple Penroses to the Xbox, and you can use multiple headsets. And then I think, I need to confirm this, but I think what you can do, because you can assign accessories to different profiles on the Xbox, is you can assign each Penrose headset to guest profiles on the same game. So if you're playing a couch co-op game, for example, you'd be able to assign... you'd be able to assign each one to guest profile. And I think, again, I need to confirm this. I haven't confirmed that this actually works, but I think then you could have couch co-op that essentially works with each person hearing only what's on their, chunk of the screen. So if that does work, very, very cool for couch co-op games like Overcooked and things like that. Or, well, not Overcooked, you're all on the same screen, but games that use couch co-op with split screen take on a totally new dimension, because now you can all hear what's on your specific chunk of the split screen if the game supports that. Again, I need to confirm that, but I think that's possible to do. Wow, we are getting our butts beat. How long till the Penrose preset pack is launched? So we actually have, we actually have two of them out. One is the Mobius pack, which recreates the presets from Mobius. The other one is a music pack, which alters the Penrose for specific music genres. We've got, I think there's a classical one, an EDM one, some stuff like that. But I'll link those in the chat in just a moment. And then I'm actually working on tuning these up at the moment. There's going to be preset packs in the future that are designed for specific games. So, I'm going to sit down and play some, say, Warzone or some Overwatch or whatever, Fortnite, and tune a preset pack that I feel works really well. And also with input and feedback from other, members of the team, tune preset packs which work well for specific games. So I've actually been working on that recently. So hopefully we'll see those either, I would say early next week. Keep on the lookout for those. We're really excited about the ability to do all that EQing to make Penrose, customized for you. So that's something that we're continuing to work on. There'll also be a video about how to make your own EQ presets for Penrose and kind of some of the considerations about EQing your own headphones. So yeah, that would be a super cool feature in the next Halo. Like I said, I need to confirm that actually works on the Xbox. I haven't gotten the chance to test it with any modern split screen co-op games, but I think it might work. It'd be very, very cool if it did. It would bring a whole new dimension to I can't remember what it's called, but there's a game where you're like invisible and you're supposed to like screen watch people and use audio cues to. It's like a team deathmatch kind of game. But that would be really cool with it. That's one I could think of off the top of my head. Oh, thank you. PRT3CH Pretch. I don't know. PRT. Yeah, it's I mean, like I said, we are a small company. I think, I don't know, max 20 employees. Might be less than that. Probably less than 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's a small office, you know. And that, well, and then we have a few production staff, but you know, our factory is not gigantic. We have literally, you know, the guy who does marketing and me, and we're the whole marketing team, and I do all the social and all the content and video editing and shooting and all that stuff, and he does all the, like, I mean, it's not like it's not like huge budget, huge team. We're not corporate, so you know, we're just passionate headphone enthusiasts like all of y'all, and gamers and things like that. So we're just trying to make good sounding headphones and you know, bring you guys lots of fun through music and game audio. If it's not an infant just playing hips, hearing what was going on with their plays getting me killed. Yeah, it can be really confusing. So I think it would be a cool feature. Definitely game audio has come a long way. There's some really cool stuff going on with the audio in those games, and then competitively, of course, too, right? That's something that oh, didn't even see those turrets. That's something that's become a lot bigger in the gaming space. So, and we're really happy to see that. It's really cool to see people acknowledging and being interested in audio quality more in the gaming space. And it's certainly, you know, you can attest to this, makes a difference, you know, the sound designers and the composers and the, you know, and the artists who put all that work into making the game audio do a really good job, and we reap the benefits of it for sure. Hearing this is about from you all. Yeah, and we you know, we do try to make we try to do our best to support, you know, our try to do our best to support our products and support our customers, and resolve, you know, any issues. And we have a pretty generous warranty policy on our drivers and things like that. And you know, I've even seen our support team take care of people who are you know, pretty distressed, like they were like, oh no, my headphones don't work or something like that. You know, we'll work with you to make sure you're happy. So we really try to take care of you guys as best we can. Oh, this is really bad. So I'm also curious too. You guys are mostly, would you say, gamers, hi-fi people? Are you new to Audeze? Are you familiar with Audeze? What brings you to the stream, and how did you get introduced and all that? I'm just interested to know, because I have a couple topics I can talk about, but I don't want to bore you guys with like awful tech speak if you want to talk about games, or I don't want to, you know, talk about games if you're like, no, I want to talk about serious audiophile stuff or whatever it is. Oh, for PlayStation 5, yeah, that's certainly doable. So the presets will save to the headphone. So if whichever preset you have up at the moment, that's just going to work for the headphone. That'll work for any platform. We can certainly do presets for PlayStation specific games, though. That's not a problem at all. It's very possible to do that. But the presets will work for PC, PlayStation. You know, if you have a PlayStation unit, wherever pretty much your Penrose works, that preset will be in play. So I have not tried the Taconi pads. Those just came out recently, I believe, right? I think I saw something on the HeadFi thread about that. Googling for better heads, expert review, planar magnetic tech. Okay, cool. We'll talk about the planar magnetic tech in just a second. We also have some great articles on our website, which I'll link to. Penrose X is excellent. Awesome. Thank you, Chris. We really appreciate the feedback. I mean, we do it to try and make you guys happy. So we're glad to hear that you're enjoying it. I have not tried the Dakoni pads. The Dakoni guys are really great though. I've seen them at shows. They're buds of mine. I really like them. They're really nice guys. They make a cool product. So yeah, I'm sure they're great pads. Wow, I did terribly that game. Yeah. They're really nice. It's just last I talked to them, it was like a 2-man team at Dakoni. So I don't know if they've added anybody yet, but they're still small. They actually have a cool measurements rig, and yeah, they're doing really good work. It's a very cool product. Gamer Hi-Fi, Planar Magnetic. Is it possible to have a separate volume adjuster for the Xbox PC and Bluetooth? I believe that there is a mode being worked on that will allow a separate, will allow you to switch between Bluetooth instead of having the Bluetooth and the wireless be on the same one. But I'm not sure, so don't take my word as, gospel on that one. But there are some updates coming that I think might address that. Support again, okay. Soundstage imaging of user purposes. Yeah, my experience with ear pads generally is that it's interesting. So when you bring the driver closer to your ear, you tend to get a slightly flatter response, I find. Whereas when you move the driver further away from the ear with a deeper ear pad, you tend to get a deeper sense of soundstage and a deeper, response, but it also tends to sometimes suck out the mid-range and have other, less flat frequency response. So it's a bit of a trade-off. Sometimes I really like the LCD 4s versus the 4Zs is a good example of this, because the 4Zs have much shallower pads and are much closer to the ear. And the frequency response between both is almost identical. So that, in that sense, we've tuned them so that they sound very similar, but the 4 definitely has a sense of depth to it. The higher impedance helps that as well, but in my just very subjective experience, deeper pads seem to give you a greater sense of depth, but sometimes at the cost of a slightly flatter frequency response. But the Dakoni pads are cool. Pads make a huge difference. Huge difference. The material, the type, perforated, non-perforated, all that stuff, they can totally transform a headphone. I was real into modding headphones a number of years ago, and pads were one of the number one things that I found out that you could change that would make a really significant difference. So planar magnetic tech. We've been doing it for, I think, 10 years now. I joined the company mid to late last year, so I haven't been with them super long, but I've known about Audeze for a long time. They've been around for a very long time. Started out literally in a garage. The first show, I think it was either CES or Headfi or something. They were, it was very small. There was a prototype headphone that wasn't even, a finished construction, and it was the, good graces of the community that people tried it out and liked it and gave feedback and all that kind of cool stuff. So from there, we've developed into quite a bit more, high tech sort of realm. And I mean, I say high tech, even though we're a small company. We are always trying to push the boundaries. And I've seen our planar magnetic technology compared to a lot of others. And the way that we make our drivers is very different from anyone else. And it's very interesting, and it solves some very kind of cool specific problems that some more common methods of making planar magnetic drivers have to sort of work around in different ways, or maybe sometimes don't even address at all. And part of that too is also, we've done a lot of research to try and bring the cost down. So, products like LCD1, Mobius, Penrose represent our efforts to, new Battlefield game. Is that Battlefield, not one, but yeah, I will make sure to make some presets for the new Battlefield game. Best headset you've bet. Awesome. Well, we're really glad to hear it. So part of the research we've been doing has also been to bring down the cost of planar magnetic drivers. So like I said, Penrose, Mobius, LCD1 all represent an attempt to bring that technology and the sound quality it represents to a more affordable price point than our high-end headphones, which are obviously, quite expensive. We do recognize that. So that's a big focus for us at the moment with new releases is scaling that technology in new and novel ways. Weak and thin plastic in Mobius headset. That's a support question. I don't know if I personally I bought a Mobius as part of the Indiegogo campaign, which was 4.5 years ago, I think. So my Penrose and my Mobius sets I've never had an issue with the cracking, but I have seen a lot of people have the issue with the cracking. I would ask support about that. If you're worried about that, I will say that, we have a warranty, and my experience with our support has been they're generally pretty good about honoring that and trying to get you guys taken care of. So hopefully no. But I'm not 100% certain on that question. So definitely email support if you're curious about the details of that. Any computer games, CS, Valorant, Tarkov, things like that. I haven't played Tarkov, but I've played CS and Valorant. And I have used speaker. Share my quest to understand chat mix on my Penrose X. Okay, yeah, please do. Also, hello, Sprungnickel. There's a speaker icon. I have used it, yes, to play computer games. And I really like it. It's very, like I said, the frequency response is very neutral. There's a ton of clarity in the mid-range and upper mids, which really makes things kind of jump out of the soundstage a bit, which I quite like. It makes it very easy to hear things in a very pinpoint way. And then, as mentioned before, I do make use of the EQ, and there are presets I've been working on to make it so that you have some of the EQs that I found useful and helpful in playing specific games. So I do like it for those games. We've got actually a number of streamers who are using our headphones. I know It's Iron and Torva, who are both big Warzone players, use our headphones and really, really enjoy them, and have said that their game definitely went up when they used them. And so, we get a lot of feedback also from FPS players saying, like, these are great. They help me hear, where people are. They really give me, that extra edge in playing. So there's feedback. My experience has been good with them in terms of the spatial locationing. And also planar, when a planar wavefront hits your ear, it reacts very differently than a dynamic driver as a point source. There's going to tend to be a very different sense of soundstage. Often in my experience, a better sense of soundstage than you have with a dynamic cone transducer. And then there's also just 1/10 the distortion from planar magnetic drivers versus, a conventional dynamic driver. So that makes a huge difference in terms of being able to hear not just a sound, but what the sound is, where it's coming from, what direction, who's making it. And that can be huge for FPS games on computer, things like that. Audio settings. This is dynamic chat mix settings. You can verify the mixer is working. So I'm just reading through your stuff, Sprungnickel, and trying not to die. Dynamic chat mix settings. So you can verify the mixer is working. Okay, yeah, I can work on actually making a video about that. We have, I think, a video about some of the settings on Xbox and showing it. I don't know if I don't think it addressed specifically chat mix, but it does show how to set up your Penrose on an Xbox with some of the optional settings. We had a discussion about this recently with the team, and I know one of our support members who I think has an Xbox mentioned this. So again, email support at audeze.com. See if they have something for you. If that hasn't been helpful, we do have some FAQs on it. I'll drop those in the chat after this game if I don't totally get my butt kicked. And yeah, but I will definitely, because that is something that's come up. We can definitely either make an FAQ article on this or do a video on it. No part of the instructions tell you which way to scroll the mic wheel gain to increase game audio or chat audio. Okay. I read the material and it's not clear. Gotcha. Oh, thank you, Spooky. Yeah, we appreciate it. We should have some available. Also, some of our distributors and dealers have Penrose stock available. So if we don't have it, you might check with some of them, especially if you're outside the United States and want to skip all the hassle of shipping and customs and all that. So some of our retailers might have Penrose units in stock. Chat mix be primary and mic gain be secondary. Okay, on the mic gain wheel. All right, gotcha. I think this sounds like familiar feedback from some other people, but I will pass it on to the. Oh no, I will pass it on to the dev team. Also, we see chat mix be primary and the mic gain. Loving Penrose and the mic gain wheel. Chat mix be chat mix. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I will. I'll bring that up to the team. I would email support@audeze.com again to ask about that specifically. I know Jimmy, who's on our support team, has some experience with Xbox chat mix, party chat mix settings. So you might, like I said, you might try emailing support, and they might be able to tell you better. I don't own an Xbox, so I haven't had as much experience with the Series X audio settings. So that would be my recommendation if you want a faster answer. But I'll work on figuring that out with them and getting some more clear content up. Loading Penrose specific game priest is something about Battlefield. Yes, yeah. SSLY Sisley. I'm not playing an Xbox right now. I'm actually playing on PC. I'm using an Xbox controller because I'm a noob, but I used to be good at Overwatch, and then college happened. And time has just been in short supply ever since. Are you playing Xbox? Yeah, no, I'm not playing Xbox right now at the moment, unfortunately. Like I said, though, we have a dev kit Xbox at HQ, which I can test out some of the stuff on, but I'm almost certain one of our support guys owns an Xbox because he was talking about it in one of our group chats a couple days ago. So email support, and I'll also, if I find something, I'll post it on our socials about Xbox support because I know other people have asked about this as well, and specifically the party chat mix thing. So I will attempt to get you resolution on that as fast as I can. Any update on Penrose? Yep. Probably me. You're playing Xbox. Oh, Audeze HQ app for Mac. I have the Penrose, but no Windows or Android products. Yeah. So last I heard, which was yesterday or today, the Mac app is top priority for the development team. I don't have a firm date for you, unfortunately, but it is the top priority for our firmware guys at the moment. Yeah, I know that's not like the most helpful answer of all time, but it's the top priority thing. As I said, we're a small company, but that's the number one software or firmware thing we're working on right now. So, yeah, I hope to have news for you really, really soon on that. I will post all over our social. I will blast it everywhere, all over our social, and announce it on stream and all that. So I will do everything I can to make sure you know that it is it is released as soon as it drops. And you scroll forever to get too much adjustment. Okay. Too wide of a gain. All right. Okay. I will bring this feedback back to the team. Max gain and maybe audio beeps would be nice on mixing audio. Okay. I think that I've heard that suggestion come up internally as well. Again, I'll let you know as soon as I have information on that. You guys will all be the first to know as soon as I know once that hopefully hits. Any update on? Yes, we. So the Penrose, interestingly enough, for anyone who's a little bit of a nerd out there, and is interested in this kind of thing, actually uses a balanced amplifier. And that was one of the things I noticed too. Is like the Penrose will get loud, like really loud, if you wanted to get that loud, louder than I would ever listen to it. But some people like things to get ultra loud, and that's, that helps. That's cool for them. But yeah, it will get very loud, has a very wide dynamic range, will swing tons of voltage and power for those big audio peaks, explosions, things like that. Balanced. Ooh, I just kicked my camera. Balanced basically means that there's 2 signals for every channel, and it has some distortion canceling properties essentially. So it's very cool. I don't know of any wireless headphone amplifier. I don't even know of any like really wired gaming headsets which have internally balanced amplifiers. So the Penrose does have a lot of gain on tap for the volume, which is kind of a cool, interesting little fact about it. We did that also because balance generally, if it's done correctly, if it's true, well implemented balance, can sound better. As I mentioned, it can help essentially cancel distortion. Quite happy with the Penrose now that I'm figuring out how to get it tuned to my liking. Awesome. Well, we're glad to hear that, Sprung Nickel. And if you have, presets that you like, definitely share them with us either on, Twitter or tag us on Instagram with pictures of what EQ presets you like. Yeah, we definitely are glad that you're enjoying it, and we'll do our best to fix some of the little usability complaints. Any way to increase the range of the Penrose? I'm not wearing the Penrose at the moment, Dorme. I'm actually wearing Audeze LCD2 closebacks. I should probably be wearing the Penrose. This is the Penrose right here. It's my Penrose. I forgot to charge it. My bad. Increase the range of Penrose, someone asked. How far could you go through? So it's 2.4 gigahertz wireless. I believe the listing was for 25 meters or something like that. In my testing at our space, we were able to get it easily 20 to 40 feet away, at least, probably more. So well, well at or slightly beyond the listed range. However, I have seen some people who are having issues with the range. So here's what we're doing. First of all, the units that are having range issues, we recommend, moving modems or Wi-Fi routers away from the Penrose with the dongle, just to make sure that there's no interference from that kind of stuff. And because sometimes, Wi-Fi signals can interfere with each other, or if you had like a crazy ham radio that was really powerful or something. So check on all that, try moving stuff around. If that doesn't work, we are also getting some of the units that people are saying they're having problems with. Oh, walls also, walls, like thick walls or things like that can hurt range. So definitely also make sure that, there's not stuff between, the dongle and the headset. We're also testing headsets to make sure that, these range issues aren't just like weird flukes or things like that. And we're doing some testing of our own to make sure, just to see what the issue is that people are having with, with specific Penrose headsets. So we're doing a lot of work to try and figure that out. We were having trouble replicating the range issues in our spaces, in, my studio, at HQ, at, the homes of other employees within our company. So we're kind of digging a little deeper now to see why people are having some of these range issues and if we can solve them, because, we want it to work. So I don't have a ton of great info for you at the moment on that. However, we are collecting units. We're testing them. We're going through a more extensive process than just testing them in our spaces. So hopefully I'll have information on that for you as well. And we'll be able to figure out the range issues that some people are having. Every time I leave my desk, it says connecting. Yeah, I'm not sure. Definitely make sure it's got the most updated firmware. If there are, again, lots of routers or other like, signal thingies in your room, try moving those around. Try moving the dongle away from any, antennas or cables, and make sure that there's no walls in your room that might be disrupting it. The mic ironed out sound not too bad. I'm loving my pen. Awesome. We're glad to hear you're liking the Penrose. Hey, Chaotic Canine. It's nice to see you again. Sorry I haven't got back to you. I will definitely reach out. This week has been a little nutty for a variety of reasons. We have a lot of stuff going on. But I'll reach out to you, and we'll definitely get on Zoom or get on a call this coming week and do some stuff, because I have not forgotten about you. Any plans to add Equalizer for mic in the software? Some people want to adjust mic settings also. Yeah, I have seen that suggestion. I'll bring it up because I think it's a good idea. I don't know if there's some limitations of the chipset. I don't know if that is one. I know that the EQ on the mic, I think, can be adjusted, but we'll look into that. I'll bring it up to the team and I'll see if it's something that we can do. Yeah. So definitely a good, yeah, it's been really, it's been pretty crazy. So there's a lot that we're working on. But yeah, I haven't forgotten about you. We'll definitely do, we'll do some stuff. Oh, new skin. Nice. Some programs as well also have the ability to apply an equalization curve to, I can't talk today, apply an equalization curve to the headset microphone. I don't know if the ones you're using have that option, but yeah. We also, what is going on? Is this a practice round? No, it's not, huh? Just drop me into a game. All right. Oh, wow. Just dropped me into a losing game. Oh, boy. Yeah, I really like the LCD 2s. Dorm 1, Dormel, I don't know. So they're probably, I use them for all the video production we do, and because they're closed back and they sound pretty nice to my ears. Use them for a lot of the content we put out. So kind of my my go-to for production stuff because they're closed back. I have issues is connecting. Yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to have a fairly decent range, so not sure about that. Could the mic gain wheel be changed so that it's chat mix by default and click in for mic gain? The mic wheel be changed so it's chat mix by default. I can ask the team about doing maybe assignable buttons, because we have sometimes we'll get someone like, hey, I want mic gain to be the first thing, and some people are like, hey, I want chat mix to be the first thing. So I think what might be actually a better solution is to have it so that you can reassign the buttons in the HQ app. I don't know if that's possible, but I'll bring it up to the firmware team and we'll see if they can do it. Because that would be cool. I am currently using Audeze LCD2 closed back headphones. I have a pair of Penrose. I forgot to charge them. So I'm using these ones. If anyone is curious about what's in my setup, I've got a Sennheiser MKH8060 microphone running out of an RME Fireface UFX2. The headphones are running through an outboard DAC and head amp, which is an SPL phonitor, and a shit Gunyer, which is plugged into my RME. So that's my all-in-one interface station. It's my like analog-y setup. Otherwise, I would normally use the Penrose. We've got a couple streamers who are using Penrose and things like that and doing cool work with it. I just forgot to charge them. I have no excuse. I'll use them next time. Oh, nice. MX4s. Yeah, I love the MX4s. I've got a pair of 4Zs. This is really silly. I don't know if you can see this. But yeah, I have a pair of MX4s, which this Sennheiser mic is not heavy enough to weigh my boom arm down. So I have them weighing my boom arm down. Horrible waste of a great pair of headphones, I know. I'll use them. I swear, they get head time. I'm not all bad. But yes, like them a lot. Curious too. So are you, Ready Player One, are you a engineer of any kind or producer or anything like that? Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. Nope. Oh. I apologize, everyone. I'm playing terribly today. It's hard to read the chat, and at the same time, let me move the chat. I'll just move the chat over to the other side. Brilliant. There we go. Now it's easier to see. Those are just what you wanted. Nice. Well, I can respect that. That's badass. Yeah, great pair of headphones. So easy to drive too, which is one thing I really like about them. There's a lot of high-end headphones which require a separate amplifier. And I kind of love that the 4Zs and the MX4s, you can, they'll sound great out of an outboard amplifier, but you can run them off of pretty much anything. It's makes them a lot easier to take with you. And sound great. Ow. Ugh. You missed the clarity of the MX4s. Yeah, I know what you mean. There's like the 4Zs kind of ruin me every time I use them because they're just so resolving, super resolving. Ow. How did you find out about us, by the way, Ready Player One? Are you in the head-fi crowd, or just stumbled upon us, or? I'm so behind. I know y'all don't show up to watch me play Overwatch with a controller. Oh, jeez. Oh, thank you. God bless. Oh, boy. Yeah. And also, do you use an amp with the MX4s? And if so, which one? Because these are things that interest me as well. Oops. Oh, this is bad. Jeez. Oh, I was trying to figure out where she was. There she was. Wow. What a baller. Started researching headphones, and a lot of people love the LCDXs, so you just went for the MX4s. Damn. I respect that. Yeah, I'm spoiled for, having Audeze headphones that I get to play games and listen on. because it's definitely, I don't know, overkill maybe, but it's definitely, it's no complaints from me. I reap all the benefits of it. So crystal clear. I can hear myself dying in high res. It's great in high definition. Why are we focusing the tank, guys? What are we doing? Oh no. Oh no. Oh geez. Wow, it's already been, how long has it been? Wow, it's almost been an hour on the stream. This is great. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Again, if you have questions, I'm just going to blather on about some stuff, but if you have questions, ask them. And yeah, I like to talk gear, and I will happily talk tech details. I may be wrong, but I love talking tech details. Currently using a ship Bifrost. Is it the 1 or the 2? And Asgard looking to amp, but waiting to show purchase. Nice. Yeah, so I actually use a shit Gungnir. I have a shit Bifrost 2 in my stereo system in my living room. Love it. I had an Asgard 3 somewhere around here, but I don't know where it went. I think I might have given it to a friend or lent it to somebody. Nice. Yeah. The Bifrost 2, killer DAC for the price. Like, you could spend 2 to 3 times as much and not get, you know, comparable sound. Really nice DAC. Yeah. How do you like the Asgard with the MX4? Is it the Asgard 2 or the Asgard 3? I always found the Asgard 3 was like, it had this interesting, like, sort of dense, warm sound. Not like ultra goopy, like some amps are like too warm, but like just kind of like a gently sort of warm, dense, thick sound, which I thought was kind of cool. Definitely suits, I think, the MX4s as headphones well. Tons of power too. Cool folks. Jason and Mike are great over at Shit. Used to work for them, actually. Yeah, that's a great stack, the Asgard 3 Bifrost 2 combo. Really good stack. Can't say enough good things about it. Nice, yeah. Wow, well, welcome. Typically when people get into hi-fi, we say hello, welcome. So sorry for your wallet. But yeah, that's great. There's a lot of cool, fun, exciting stuff to learn. A lot of great gear to hear. I used to work for the guys at Shit, and they're fun. They're goofy. They have fun with stuff. So, it's too bad that this is like a pandemic year too, or, you know, I would say find us at Can Jams or, you know, Audio Fests or you know, TwitchCon or something like that, because we tend to go to a lot of shows when the world's not deathly ill with a virus of epic proportions. But yeah, hearing there's a lot of lots of cool opportunities to hear to hear all sorts of cool setups that people have. People sometimes too at community meetups will bring just the craziest, zaniest gear, big electrostatic headphone amplifier setups and DACs that are like 3 chassis and all sorts of crazy, kooky stuff. Guys with like $10,000 headphone setups or more sometimes. Really pretty wacky, but fun. You get to hear some. Yeah. That's the other thing too. Is it's such a great opportunity to learn, and hear different people's takes on like different kinds of sounds. Oops, left button. What? Why is it left button? Who mapped this controller? But yeah, I remember when I think I went to my first Headfi meet when I was like 13 or 14. I was young. It was wild too. It was in Chicago. There was Ray Samuels brought a bunch of Lamborghinis, and I think Jude from Headfi was there, and there was just tons of gear. It was the first year that that was the worst thing I could have ever done. Yeah, and it was just really cool. But like I said, opportunity to learn, and then also, hear different people's takes on sound, which I always thought was so cool, because sometimes I love 2-channel as well, but sometimes the old stereo guys can be like, this is, your system sounds garbage if it's not exactly the same way theirs is. But in headphone stuff, I always found people really open, like, hey, my setup might be really warm, but it's still really resolving, and there's like kind of does like a cool thing in the bass. And then someone else might be like, hey, my system is way brighter than yours, but it actually does, resolution. It's super fast, or like, and those are both fine. It's not like one is necessarily better than the other. It's just you get the system that you like, that works for you. And that was always really cool to see different people's approaches to system building, different people's, take on what they wanted to hear, what was good sound for them. So yeah, always a great time, and I do miss them, and I hope we get to go back to them soon. I've been hearing good things about vaccination numbers and things like that, so hopefully soon. Ow, this Bridget has it out for me, or maybe there's multiple Bridgets. No, just the one. Battery icon for Penrose would be great. Just get the low battery voice, but not sure how much battery is left. Okay, yes. I believe there is some work being done to address that. Oh my gosh. These Annas are killing me. But yes, that will be, that one has been brought up, I think, and is being worked on. But I'll bring it up as well to the team and let you guys know. Well, I just made a mess, and let you guys know about that. Right now, as I said, Mac app is the focus of the dev team, but for sure we'll. Oh, you can't do it midair. For sure, we'll address that one. It's too quiet. Yeah, I knew that was going to end well. Almost had my ultimate. Probably going to get shot down. It's fine. This is fine. This game will probably be the last game. So if you guys have questions, comments, if you absolutely adore my Overwatch playing, nobody does, it's fine. Drop them, and I'll get to them before this, but we'll probably end the stream in a couple minutes after this. After this round. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't too much like going to the dentist. Thanks for stopping by. Seriously? Sisley? SSLY? I don't know how to say that. Yeah. And just a reminder also to everyone that we stream generally every week. We missed it the last week or two because holidays and busy and all that kind of stuff. But usually we will stream Wednesdays at 1 for an hour. Sometimes Jaren, who is the kind of, I guess, point person on marketing. We don't really have official titles. But he's sort of the marketing dude. Will join me. And he's really cool. He's a video game composer and has all sorts of cool stuff that he knows about within that realm. Yeah, he will sometimes join me for the Wednesday stream. And then we also have a stream on Fridays from 3 to 4 or 3 to 4:30 sometimes, depending on the game I play. And that one is also, sometimes we'll do production streams for people who are interested in music production occasionally, if there's like a big request for it. Generally, they don't seem to be as popular as the game streams, which is fine. Not as interesting. But yeah, Thursday, 3 to 4:30. And then after that, we will usually auto-host Torva. And definitely also check out some of our auto-hosting streamers. We have, It's Iron, who I believe is the best Call of Duty Warzone player in the world by a pretty large margin. He uses Audeze GXs. We also have Torva, who's an amazing Warzone player, has one of the best KD ratios in the game. He uses GXs as well. And those folks are all auto-hosted on our channel. Gerard Marino, the guy who did the soundtracks for God of War 1, 2, and 3. Also, someone who uses our headphones for his production streams. Really cool dude. Does really cool video game remixes on Twitch. Check out his channel. Yeah, so we've got some other cool stuff. So check back here every once in a while because we do auto-host all those people. And definitely check out their contents for probably way cooler content than this, to be completely honest. But yeah, Wednesday, 1 to 2-ish. And Friday, 3 to 4:30-ish. I'll do my best to... oops. That was not what I meant to do. I'll do my best to... answer your guys' questions. GX page pulled up comparing them to Penrose. Yeah, so the GX is much more similar to, our larger Audeze LCD, full-size series of headphones. I can't talk today. I'm sorry, guys. It's more similar to our LCD series of headphones with the larger drivers. I am not sure exactly which one it's based off of, but I think it's vaguely similar to like an LCD 2... I don't know if it has the phasers or not. It might be like an LCD 2 Classic that it's similar to with the magnesium housing. But really enjoy that one. Hi. El hijo de Dios, la doña. But yeah, the GX is cool. The boom mic is actually quite good. Surprisingly good, I was told by Gerard, who is the guy who did the God of War soundtracks that I was just mentioning. He quite likes it. He's a voiceover artist too, so he's fussy about microphone quality. Does Audeze recommend EQ? I mean, it depends for what. Like Penrose, our new headphone, has EQ. I think EQ is great personally. Just me, Grover, content manager. Not Audeze officially, but yeah, I think EQ is a great tool. It can help you to tune the frequency response of a headphone to your taste or speaker or whatever you're listening to. And I think it's a great tool. We also have it in our Reveal plugin, offering target curves, so that if you want to use an Audeze headphone at one studio, then you can go to another studio and hear the same EQ profile. 2 Razor and X. Oh, phaser. I mean, if you want to EQ them, go ahead. There's certainly nothing wrong with that. Whoops. There's certainly nothing wrong with that. Your listening preferences are personal. We're not going to... We just make the headphones. We tune them in a way that, we think sounds good. And, you know, I'm going to try and interview Dr. C to learn more about our internal process and technical stuff. But in terms of using EQ, you know, we're not here to tell you how to listen. Just, you know, if EQ helps you enjoy the headphones more, go for it. That's what I would say, if you like using it. Oh boy, this is not going well. Fudge. I just wasted that. And yeah, so use EQ if you want to, is what I would say. It's quite difficult, as you can see, and well, I don't know if you've been here for the whole stream. I'm not playing particularly well. It's rather difficult to play and answer questions at the same time, but you know, I'm doing my best. I wouldn't say I'm playing well. Uh-oh, I think we're gonna lose this one. It doesn't. Prospects aren't looking good. But yeah, GX is definitely cool. I would say if you have an MX4 ready, Chaos K9, then, you know, you don't need it unless you want. It's a little bit lighter, which is kind of nice. Oh my gosh, we actually pulled that out. I'm shocked. It's a little bit lighter. You know, the boom mic can actually be used on any of our headphones. So if you just wanted the boom mic, I don't know if you can. I think you can buy it separately. I think. Double check me on that one. Hold me to it. But I think you can buy it separately and use it with your MX4s if you wanted to do that. If you wanted to do a wired gaming headphone with the boom mic, or if you have a separate mic, that's what I just use an outboard mic because that's just what I'm more familiar with. The two phaser. Oh, nice. Wow. M40X. Yeah, that's awesome. I hope you enjoy them. Let us know what you think for sure. Yeah. The mic is just a cable here. I have one, in my room somewhere. Hold on. Let me go grab it. I have it. It's right here. So yeah, my NVIDIA broadcast may mess with this, but as you can see, this is the boom mic cable. So it's rather hard to look at OBS and do this, but this is the boom mic cable. So there's the mic and there's the connector. The connectors, like on the other side, are the regular LCD micro XLR cable connector, and then it has a little mute switch in the middle. So it's the GX cable, but you can plug it in because it has the mini XLR connectors to any of our LCD line headphones technically. Well, other than LCD one. But yeah, it'll work with any of our full-size headphones. So yeah, you can, and I think we recently listed just the cable on sale by itself separately. So you can just get the cable and plug it in, which is great. I use it actually on my 4Zs sometimes if I want to use the mic for like a call or something like that. So that's handy. Definitely cool. Absolutely. Yeah. Like I said, I think Gerard, who's a voice actor and the God of War soundtrack guy, uses the GX mic for his just on-stream mic. And he has all sorts of manly reference and AKG C414s, and he's got all sorts of fancy mics. So he's all into that. What happened to the LCD one close back? I'm not sure, actually. So I've only been with the company for a couple of months. So the LCD one, specifically at launch time, is not something I'm as familiar with. I'll ask about that. But yeah, I think seeing an LCD one closeback would be cool. I'm definitely a proponent of that. I think it would be really useful, especially for the kinds of uses that it gets, like production and being kind of a less expensive way into the Audeze family. So I will definitely ask you about that and see if there's any information I can get for you guys on that. But I'm not sure. I think we have some other, just projects that we're working on, and I think I don't know if it's on the back burner or if it hasn't been, developed yet, or if it, what the situation is. So unfortunately, I just don't know. But I'll ask, and I'll see if there's anything I can say about that. With that, I think I'm going to sign off for today. Again, streams at 1 p.m. Wednesday, and we usually go for an hour and a half. If Jaren stops by, sometimes we'll do 2 hours. Usually not, usually an hour. And then Fridays, usually hour and a half at 3. And these are Pacific time, so 3 p.m. Pacific Friday and 1 p.m. Pacific Wednesday. So we'll stop by and do more of this, more Q&A, more talking about stuff. Hopefully next week I'll have more specific stuff to talk about. I know today we kind of rambled and mostly did Q&A, but hopefully you guys found it interesting. So thanks for stopping by. Definitely, if you are interested in it, we won't bug you too much, but feel free to subscribe to the channel, and also find us. Instagram is a great place to find us. Audeze Official. Also, we're on Twitter, Facebook, whatever you do. And feel free to shoot us an email if you have questions, especially about Penrose stuff and usability, especially on Xbox, because I'm kind of more of a PlayStation person. Love Xbox, but it's not. I don't have a Series X. So, anyways, GG to you all. Yes, thank you, Ready Player One. GG to you. I'm gonna stop rambling, and you all have a fantastic week, fantastic day, and Happy New Year. I believe this might be our first stream of 2021. So 2021. So yeah, Happy New Year to you all. And I hope you're enjoying, at least making the best of it and having some fun so far. So thank you all.